Most people have this notion that if you work hard, you get paid more. And while that's true for some jobs, it's not always the case. If you're someone that's an expert at what you do, you tend to be paid more for the same hours as someone who's just starting out. Or if you're someone that's in the right market, people tend to demand your services more than others. This is Income Intelligentsia, real-life advice for practical and financial goals. Today, what we want to talk about is how to work less hours for more money. So let's get to it. Working less for more money is definitely a goal for a lot of people. You don't need me to say that for you. You save time and energy and you get paid more, which in turn helps you have more resources available at your disposal. You get more for working less and your quality of life increases as a result. Oftentimes though, it does require you to get a degree of mastery that involves years of training and promotions. Most people are lucky to get opportunities available to them, and some have to work for them for a long time, but regardless of how you get it, the end result is still the same. The goal of working less for more pay often requires careful planning, skill, and personal development. This is why being promoted at work nets you more income for the same working hours. Sometimes this may change your approach to work and income generation. Here are some strategies to help you achieve that goal. Number 1. Invest in education and skills. If you're someone that regularly acquires in-demand skills, you're often putting yourself in a market with a demand for your skill set. Generally, if you're someone that the market looks for, you're often offered a higher income as a result. Number 2. Negotiate a higher salary. If you've worked at the same company for years and you've proven your value to them, it's not far-fetched to ask for a better salary. More often than not, it's possible that you've generated more income for the company than you think. Understand that industry standards may have changed, and if your years of experience in the field is relevant to the industry, then it may be time to ask for a raise. Number 3. Passive income. You don't always have to rely on your primary source of income to gain more money. If you hit a wall in your current job and you still want to make more money on the side, perhaps opening up some streams of passive income can help you circumvent those issues. There are a lot of different ways to go about this, like interest from your savings account, investing in mutual funds that pay out dividends, and opening up an online shop. Number 4. Automation and delegation. If your work somehow involves a lot of moving parts and you're able to automate them, it's often a good idea to automate or delegate the more repetitive tasks so you can focus more on planning, development, and other aspects of the job that require a more hands-on approach. Number 5. Leverage technology. In most workplaces, you're allowed to use technology to make your life easier. In today's world, you have access to different forms of technology to help enhance your workload. You can use SQL to extract data from a database for data analysis, spreadsheets to check your information and organize them in cells, and other things that allow you to compute things faster and be more efficient at organizing and calculating data. Those are just some ways to help you out in making sure that your workload is better managed. It becomes a lot more simple with further practice and better understanding of what you're doing and how you should be doing your job. One thing that you need to do in order to make the most out of your time is to focus on high-value tasks. It's often more important to focus on the more valuable tasks instead of the smaller ones. While making sure that all the details are taken care of, it's often more valuable to look at the big picture and understand where you're needed the most. One of the most successful men in tech, Steve Jobs, liked to utilize the Pareto Principle, in which 20% of your effort nets you 80% of the results. In other words, it emphasizes the unequal distribution of outcomes, in which a small number of inputs or efforts often contribute to the majority of outcomes. While it's not strictly a 20-80 ratio, the main idea here is that you look at what gets you the most results and you focus on improving and utilizing those skills more. In certain businesses, revenue and sales gives you a better understanding of what gets you the most results because there's hard data that tells you what's performing and what isn't. Approximately 20% of a company's revenue is frequently generated by 2% of its consumers. Businesses may devote additional resources to keeping and serving these high-value customers through numerous ways, like premiums for higher-tier subscriptions, better discounts for long-time members, and a lot of different promotions that they can offer. Salespeople frequently discover that a small percentage of their clients or items account for the majority of their revenues. These come in the form of regulars that often visit their stores and find a certain product that they can easily access through their means. In many jobs, 80% of the results can be attributed to 20% of the tasks or activities. Professionals can boost their output by identifying and prioritizing high-impact assignments. These can range from consultation work, supervising workers, and other means of delegation. Managers can evaluate the effectiveness of their team and discover that a small group of people contribute the most to project completion or income production. Generally, people promote others that have a better understanding of how the job is done. It's easier to manage a team if you have someone that can co-manage the team with you, if the person in question knows the job well. It is common in project management to state that 20% of project tasks occupy 80% of the project's time and resources. It is critical for project success to identify and manage these critical jobs. Generally, most projects surround a key component that makes the whole thing work. If that does well, success generally follows the surrounding tasks involved in the project. Project managers may realize that a small set of team members is in charge of the majority of the project's development, stressing the significance of their contributions. If you put key personnel in the right places in a project, it often makes the project easier for other people too. If there are people that understand a project well enough, this often solves issues like communications and streamlines processes due to the amount of people dedicated to working this specific task. Understand that it's always different for a lot of situations, but the idea is the same, that you have to know what gets you the most results. If you're someone that specializes in something and there's a demand for it, the more you can master a certain skill, the less time it takes you to perform certain tasks. As a result, you're not only performing better, you also save up time, which frees you up to more opportunities involving that set of skills. Not only are your skills more valuable because of the quality it offers, you're also allowed more opportunities and thus have more time to do more jobs because of it. Understanding the Pareto Principle can help professionals and organizations in concentrating their time, resources, and attention on the most important areas, therefore streamlining their processes, resulting in higher efficiency, better decision-making, and better outcomes. It's definitely a useful method for prioritizing activities, resources, and strategies in both professional and personal settings in order to maximize efficiency. Which brings up to our next tip, which is to set achievement dates. If you're someone that likes to achieve goals and improve upon your already existing skills, it's important to have certain expectations on when you'll finish your workload. While planning and studying a specific set of skills are important, one way or another, you'll have to move on to actually executing and performing. Learning is only half the battle, and knowing how to actually get it done is another. That said, that's about it for the many ways you can use your time effectively and earn more for the same or even less amount of time. We've talked about improving your skill set and finding the right market for it, the Pareto Principle, and setting a proper timetable for your planning. There are many other ways of optimizing your time and making your time and money work for you, but for now, those are the tips we'd like to share. If you've enjoyed this video and found us helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. We'd like to be able to grow alongside you, and we're pumped to have you in our next video. Stay mentally healthy, and let's get financially fit together.